Yo, 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 yo. This is Onyx White on the Onyx White Show. You know, I've been going through a little bit of things, so I'm sorry for not being too consistent posting and stuff. But here's what's going on in this world. Obviously, the Diddy trial and all these things that's going on. But what I really want to talk about on this episode is bail. Yes, bail is, for people that don't know, it's like when you get incarcerated, when you get accused of a crime, usually the judge, the magistrate, they set a bail. Why is the discrepancy of bail with black defendants and white defendants still in existence? What I mean is this. Two people can catch the same type of crime, a black defendant and a white defendant. They catch the same type of crime, but yet it's very consistent that the black defendants are given the higher bail, if any. Sometimes black defendants, we catch a case and we're giving no bail for the same type of crime that someone else committed, and that happened to be white. And it doesn't really even matter about money in this situation, because sometimes you have money, you have status, you have fame, but yet they still treat you lower than because of your skin color, right? Perfect example, right? So Sean Combs, Diddy, however you call him, whatever your opinion is, let's put that to the side. Let's look at the legal factors in this. He's been trying to offer $50 million bail to get out. The judge so far has denied all his attempts at bail. I believe that they found him dangerous because of the video with Cassie where he's allegedly beating her up. Now, I say allegedly because there was no conviction in it. Yes, I know people seen the video, but I'm just talking about the court of law. The court of law, there was no conviction in that. So the judge used a video where there was no case or conviction for that, and they said he was dangerous and then gave him bail. Okay. For one, I never try to hide or protect anyone that's, doing sexual crimes. So I don't want this message to get misconstrued. But what I do want is to be highlighted of why consistently in America are black people dealt with unfairly in the court systems. So like I said, Diddy, he offered $50 million, right? $50 million. And I like to use these figures because we all know about them. I don't have to use Diddy. I can use Tommy Joe from Indiana or whatever, but I have to use someone that we all recognize. So we're going to use Diddy. He offered $50 million, no bail. The judge denied it. So then it had me thinking of how many other celebrities or white people that's been accused of the same crime and been or worse, and been given bail. And what are the reasons, right? If we look at, let's say I wrote a mini list. This is gonna be a small list. Mike Jefferies, he's on the list. From Abercrombie Fitch, if you guys don't know, he's accused of many sexual crimes, right? And it's funny how the media doesn't really pick that up the way they picked up Diddy. He's Abercrombie Fitch. I used to wear Abercrombie Fitch. It was a popular brand. I don't know how their brand is doing now. I don't currently wear that brand. But he was given bail. He's out on bail right now as we speak. No one talks about it, right? Another white defendant accused of similar crimes. I know there's probably details that differs, but at the end of the day, sex crime is sex crime. So you can weigh which one is worse and which one's not. With the Diddy one, there's a lot of people that was consenting. I don't know about Mike Jefferies, but I know he was given bail, right? Then we look at one of my favorite shows growing up. Some people don't know it. I used to watch it. It was already old when I was young, but it was the 70s show, right? And Danny Masterson, all right? Masterson, I think that's how you say it. Y'all know him. He's now serving about 30 years in federal prison, I believe. And he was arrested for rape, right? Convicted of rape. But before he was convicted, when he was awaiting trial, guess what? He was given bail. I believe they gave him $3.3 million on bail, right? So I'm thinking, why all these white defendants giving bail when Diddy's not getting him a bail? And it brings it to a bigger picture. It's not even about the celebrities I'm mentioning. It has nothing to do about them. It's about these same things that you're seeing. It's happening all over every city, every state in America. We are targeted. Black people have been targeted, not just by the police, but by the courts. This is what systemic racism is. It's when we're treated differently than our counterparts. Now, say if they say, you know what, no one gets bail. If they said no one gets bail, then it'd be like, okay, hey, no one gets bail. But for the fact that for similar crimes, similar very serious crimes, sexual allegations, you choose, oh, well, you know, this, when a black man is accused of it, no bail, or give it something crazy high. But when a white guy or a white person is accused of it, then, you know, we're going to give him a bail. Maybe he didn't do it. See, the thing about it is, when you're black and you're accused of a crime, you're basically already convicted. You have to prove that you didn't do it. You know, and this is something that goes, people talk about it or have talked about it, but I want you to ask yourself, even when it comes to all these celebrities, who remembers Jared Fogle? Who remembers Jared Fogle? You know what Jared Fogle is? That's the Subway guy, right? He was convicted of watching all type of child porn. All type of child porn. He's sitting there doing the Subway commercials and then playing with children, right? Or whatever he was having the pictures. So if he had pictures, I'm pretty sure he had his attempts at other things, whether they charge him or not. But I'm not going to speculate. But what he is convicted for is child pornography. Do you think he was given a bill or not? He's a white guy, so I'm going to let you guess. You're right. He was given a bail. He was given a bail, right? So, and I believe it was like $1 million or something. So why are they picking and choosing on base? If you look at the criteria and you look at the subjects, and it doesn't have, I want you, if you know anything about law, or if you have access to Google or any form of the internet, why don't you look it up? Don't go off, because I see in my comments on Instagram, some people think that I'm choosing like a side, or a black side, or a white side. I'm choosing the side of justice, the side of truth. The side of truth. And the side of truth is, there's a lot of people in jail right now where their counterparts, white people or other people that's not black, they're out on the streets fighting these charges, whether they're given a personal where the judge just lets them out, or whether they were given a low bail. But when it comes to black people, for some reason, and they know that financially, because the whole bail system is a racist system in itself, right? They know that a lot of black people can't even afford a regular lifestyle with all these expenses. So now you add bail onto it, you know? Bail should be demolished. Why? Why should bail be demolished? Because one, it's unequal. Two, it doesn't make the crime better because I have more money or I have less money. So if we both do the same crime, right? The same exact crime, right? The same impact, but I have money and you don't have money, so I can go free and you can stay in jail. Is the crime a little better because I have money? Is the victim hurt a little less because I have money? No. So we're seeing this even in Hollywood, and this is the reason why I'm using his stories. Look at R. Kelly. R. Kelly wasn't given no bail. Another black guy, and these people that I'm saying, I don't care if you like them or you don't like them. You don't have to like them. This is no speech of me advocating for you to like these celebrities. What I'm saying is, look at these celebrity stories, then look in your own city, in your own state, if you are in America, and ask yourself, why are black people targeted with the system still to this day? Everything I'm saying can be researched. There is no lie what I'm saying. There's no lie that I'm saying. There's no lie. So, and what triggered this, or not triggered because I already knew about it, but for some of y'all that has been keeping up on my podcast, you see recently I was charged for driving while black, false charges. I'm not going to get into it with it too much about that, but I was given $1,000 bail for a traffic offense. Mind you, I have no other traffic offenses ever, and I didn't do what they accused me of doing. But yet, I was still given $1,000 bail, which made me think, if I was white and I was pulled over and a cop lies on me, which happened to me, right? A cop, would they then give me $1,000 bail for a traffic offense, or would they have let me go? Would they give me a speeding ticket? Would they had given me a $40 bail? But no, they gave me $1,000 bail because my skin alone scares a lot of people. Unfortunately, I'm a black man. I'm 6'2", athletic, muscular, so that scares the system. And this really has to stop. As I looked through it, I looked through the Harvey Weinstein, and you know, he was given a lot of leeway before, you know, as he was given bail as the case was going, whether before or after conviction, but he was given bail. He was out fighting some of these charges. And so why isn't that the same for Sean Combs, R. Kelly, or any other black person? And I'm just using these celebrity figures because we all know who these celebrity figures are. I can ask the same question. Why is Tyrone from Chicago or from Dorchester in Boston, or why is he given no bail, but yet Jimmy, the white guy from Chicago or the white guy from Boston, given low bail or given a personal or just let out? The system, this is what systemic racism is, and we're targeted on every level. So I don't want to be too long-winded into this one, but I do want to have this. I want people to drop what do they think about the bail system in America? Yes, bail or bond. Because if it's not equal, it shouldn't be in existence. If we cannot apply bail the right way, then it shouldn't be in existence. And bail is just another form to target black people, to break up the family. They've been breaking up the families, you know, and that's something that they've been doing to control. It's for job. It's generational wealth, right? And what do I mean by generational wealth? Anytime one of us is locked up, that's a way for their next generation to get wealthy. Yeah. So can we have something? I want to create something where everyone can put in their suggestions on what bail should look like moving forward. Because right now, the bail system is used to target people that's supposedly not guilty. Remember, when you first catch a case, you're not guilty. You're innocent until proven guilty, and that's by way of the law, right? You're innocent until proven guilty. So ask yourself, if you are a defendant and you are innocent until proven guilty, but yet they're giving you a high bail that you can't reach, or they know you can't reach. Mind you, they usually know the defendants that come into their courtroom. So say you're a poor black person, you got locked up for assault and battery or robbery, right? First off, they know you're poor. You was robbing somebody, right? They know your background. But yet they say, bail, $100,000. You might as well have said bail don't exist for that man. He's not getting $100,000. He's not getting $100,000. And then you can reverse it to someone that came from the suburbs, probably white, and they're given a low bail. So if the judge can't be equal, we need to start looking into AI. And yes, I said it, AI, artificial intelligence. And we do have to be careful because, as we know, AI has shown in different studies to target black people as well, because we know who's editing some of the AI. But if we can come up with a fair system, it may be time that some of these judges get replaced with artificial intelligence. 2025, don't say it's not impossible. I mean, I think I'd rather be judged by artificial intelligence than someone that never grew up around black people. They only talk to black people when they're talking to someone that works for them. And they don't understand the culture. They don't understand why we act certain ways, why things are said. They don't understand why someone would go out there to rob, why someone would feel the need to assault, why someone is traumatized. You know, they don't understand that because they have no connection with that. So, hey, let's make it a fair ground. AI wasn't raised with none of us. It wasn't raised with the whites. It wasn't raised with the blacks. It's not a human. So let's let AI start setting the bail. Let's let AI start setting the trials. Yeah, be the judge for trial. Let's let AI start even being the jury. Yeah, you have first ever said it on the Onyx White Show. AI needs to come into the courtrooms all across America, the county courts, the state courts, the federal courts. If we can't get it together, we can all agree on a fair data based on how it should be judged, far as reasonable doubt, far as bail, everything. We can throw it all up in a pot and we can set the standards, right? And then we can let AI decide. And then it doesn't have to be an automatic. If the defendant wants to go with the judge, he can go with the judge. If the defendant wants to go to trial or wants to be judged by a jury, he can go to jury. But there should be an option. If the defendant wanted to be judged by AI based on the knowledge that it consumed in the world, the circumstances, the evidence presented in front of it, give defendants a chance to not be part and fail to this racist system that targets black people, that don't care for black people, and that has been using this is the same trick they use. After slavery, they used the courts. That's what they use. These attorneys, they've been selling out a lot of black men. You know how many all right, listen. You know how many black men that I know that caught cases when they was young, and then when they was in the county jail, they was uneducated from the beginning. A lot of these guys didn't even graduate high school, but yet you're giving them the law. Now, the law is very complicated, and a lot of the law is in a different language. If you did not know, yes, it's in Latin, because it derives from that, right? So these guys don't know what to tell their lawyers. Their lawyers know they don't know what they're talking about. Next thing you know, little Trayvon is signing a 20-year deal, a 20-year sentence, because he thinks it's a good deal. Then he gets upstate or whatever prison he's going to, and then he starts looking at it damn, I just signed away 20 years of my life. Then he starts thinking, hold on, let me look through and then you start realizing your lawyer didn't even do your job. And guess what? Your lawyer got paid. Your lawyer don't even care about you. He forgot about you. He's on to the next Trayvon. And you're in prison trying to find a way to get out. All because your lawyer never liked you. You were a black illiterate person in their book. You know, they wouldn't fight for bail. And why is this issue personal? And I don't want to get too much into me, but it's personal to me because I sat 7.5 years fighting a case with no bail. That means when I was 16, when the case happened, I was arrested and incarcerated. And then from 16 all the way to, I believe, around 23, it took 7.5 years to fight my case. That whole time I was left on no bail. But according to them, I was innocent, right? Innocent until proven guilty at that point, right? But I wasn't able to but you're going to let all these white rapists go, all these white people accused of rape and all type of things all over America, they get bail, but not the 16-year-old, not us, not the black people. So like I said, back to artificial intelligence. What I want to see some people drop in the chat. What do y'all think about that? If we start introducing artificial intelligence into the court, and based on the response to this, I may do some more videos about that. But I think it's time. I think it's time that we have a serious conversation across America. We acknowledge that the court system has never been fair, especially to black people. Underline, highlight it, especially to black people. And what do y'all think about allowing them in our courtrooms? Artificial intelligence. Heard first on the Onyx White Show. Let's go.